the 25th anniversary of the Sharm Hyperbaric Medical Center. Once upon a time, in a desolate land far, far away, in a small coastal village at the tip of the Sinai Desert, a small hyperbaric chamber was born. The Sinai was a land of conflicts and wars over the years, and in 1967 it was occupied by Israel. Between 1967 and 1982, the village of Ophira was founded by the Israelis in the area of Sharm El Sheikh. Diving was the biggest attraction to the area, and it very quickly became a famous destination for divers from all around the world. First they came down in jeeps with compressors to shore dive the amazing reefs and camp in Ras Mohammed and elsewhere along the shores. Then its very first dive center was born. It was set up by an Israeli diver named Howard Rosenstein, using an old train carriage as the diving center. It was called Red Sea Divers and was based in Narma Bay. As more divers got word of that newly discovered area, the pressure of tourism grew, and more construction and development was needed. Brochures and advertisements started to circulate, which attracted even more tourists and divers. Tents and igloo-shaped rooms were built soon after, followed by the Marina Sharm Hotel. Diving continued from the shore and also from ribs that were carried around on top of small vans. Then the first hard boat arrived, sailing from a rudimentary jetty where equipment had to be carried across to the boats. But it was after the 1973 war, when the Camp David peace treaty between Egypt and Israel was signed in 1978, that Egypt regained first St. Catherine in 1979, then Sharm El Sheikh in 1982. Vestiges of the past war became a background for souvenir pictures. And it was also in the year 1982 AD when a young doctor named Adel Taher decided to take a closer look at this newly returned land that hadn't even been discovered yet by most Egyptians. He was both intrigued and captivated by its magic. As a scuba diver and explorer, he discovered not only the beauty of the underwater world, but also the magnificent desert that surrounds it, and the ancient history it hides. He decided that this is where he wanted to settle down and work for a living. Adel loved scuba diving and enjoyed having his daughters visit him, camping on the shore and dipping them in the water from an early age. Sharm El Sheikh at the time had only one small mono diving chamber operated by Dr. Hossam Nassif and his brother, Dr. Wael Nassif, at the Red Sea Divers in Narma Bay. But this chamber, wasn't big enough to deal with the growing number of divers and dive centres that started popping up in Sharm. Dive centres like Sinai Divers, Aquamarine, Aquanaut, Camel Dive, Anemone, Red Sea College, Unus, Sharks Bay, and many others were some of the first to open. And these were the pioneers who started the diving business in Sharm, and many of them are still around today. A bigger chamber was needed. On March 8th, 1993, Adel Taher was able to fulfill his dream, and he succeeded in acquiring a 3-seater CACI American chamber with the help of US aid and the Ministry of Tourism. Together, Dr. Adel Taher, Mr. Rolf Schmidt from Sinai Divers, Mr. Claude Antoine from African Divers, and 2 American electricians from the MFO were able to assemble the chamber and get it operational in a matter of 40 hours. Their input was essential, and on March the 10th, 1993, the chamber was operational, and the Hyperbaric Medical Centre opened its doors for the first time ever. Dr. Adel started his practice, but besides treating tourists for dive accidents, he was the main medical doctor for the whole community. Resident foreigners, tourists, and Bedouins alike. As the pressure of work mounted, Adel needed help and assistance to be able to operate. He was joined by several colleagues over the years, but it was in 1997 that he was joined by an exceptional young man, Dr. Ahmed Sakr. Ahmed also fell in love with the place, and, with a beautiful German woman, Tanya, his wife and mother of their 2 children, whose support is still going strong. Together they helped save lives and establish themselves as a vital part of Sharm's thriving community. Adel and Ahmed's dedication, professionalism, generosity and kindness was felt by the whole community, as well as by the tourists who visited them. As the years passed, Sharm's community grew, and so did the village of Sharm El Sheikh, becoming a city. The desert coast became populated with hotels, tourist resorts, and residential homes. This also meant that an even bigger hyperbaric chamber was needed. So in 2011, a new addition to the Hyperbaric Medical Centre was added. A truck arrived at the centre carrying the new chamber. The process of unloading and setting it up took many hours of hard work. Eventually, a 12-seater, state-of-the-art Hawks chamber was installed. This marked a new phase in the centre's history, and it opened the doors to further uses for the chambers by possibly offering HBOT treatments, besides treating dive accidents. In an amiable and humorous gesture by some members of the community to thank Dr. Adel, a song was written to the tune of one of Bob Dylan's famous songs, but featuring Dr. Adel instead.
Okay, the next song is about someone who's hiding somewhere in the corner. Yeah, he's here. Yeah, he's here.
Most of Sharm El Sheikh's olders know this song, entitled Knocking on Adel's Door, by the band The Deco Boys.
The next song is about someone who's not only a very good hyperbaric physician, but is also a very dear friend. This is a song called Knocking on Adel's Door. And trust me, you don't want to knock on Adel's door. Some have tried it, they didn't enjoy it.
Especially when they're locked in that very small door. It's pointless knocking, you ain't coming out.
Having said that, when you're 5 hours into a treatment, and it's late at night and you want to go to bed, and he wants to keep you awake in the pot, that's where you learn the dirtiest jokes ever. I know what I'm talking about, trust me.
And he's never turned the lights out when he's gone home. Left my son so in the sun. Now I can't use it anymore. Now I'm feeling pretty strange. Feels like I'm knocking on Adel's door. My deco tank was on the wreck. I couldn't find it anymore. I came up fast and missed my stop. Feels like I'm knocking on Adel's door. Yeah.
In the year 2007, Dr. Adel and Dr. Ahmed, with the help of friends and volunteers, some still helping them today for this anniversary, Doro and Tanya, were also able to host the annual EUBS conference for hyperbaric medicine in Sharm El Sheikh. This highlighted the importance of the area, its ability to host conferences of such magnitude, and establish the city on the map of the hyperbaric medical world. There were days when work was slow, and days when Sharm was hit by flash floods and power cuts. Dr. Adel and Dr. Ahmed were always on top of matters. No diving involved in this case. Besides working hard all the time, Dr. Adel could not resist his passion for the desert. He attended many events, among them the annual Wadi Al Zalaga camel race, which attracts hundreds of Bedouin from various tribes, as well as locals and some tourists. It's a very special event and is quite unique. It's several kilometers long, and it eventually turns into a car race as well as a camel race, lasting for about an hour. Driving through the cloud of dust with bad visibility conditions in an unknown terrain at high speed is quite challenging for any skilled driver. After the chaotic race is over, friends meet and socialize. People join for breakfast and relax with a cup of tea or coffee. Dr. Adel and Dr. Ahmed are quite well known among the Bedouin tribes and are well respected. Both Dr. Adel Taher, Dr. Ahmed Sakr and their team have worked very hard over the past 25 years and helped create the facility we know today. It's been a long journey for them, full of beautiful memories, ups and downs, but still going strong. They are part of the Sharm El Sheikh history which created this city, and are pioneers in their field in Egypt. They have, without doubt, imprinted their marks on this city. A very big, happy anniversary to the Sharm Hyperbaric Medical Centre on its 25th anniversary. May it always continue to flourish, succeed, and help save lives. The Hyperbaric Medical Centre of Sharm El Sheikh was created by the dream and vision of a young doctor, and it all started in a small coastal town at the tip of the Sinai Desert, in the middle of nowhere. The spirit of Sinai, its beauty, its underwater magical world, its history and its people are the reason why it happened. Dreams can come true. You just have to follow them. All pictures and videos shown in this film are taken by various people who lived in Sharm El Sheikh over the years. Among them are Howard Rosenstein, Rolf and Petra Schmidt, Peter Emch, Martin Dennison, Adli Mistakawi, Adel Taher, Ahmed and Tanya Sakr, Dorothea Reinecke, Ahmed Sherif, Rafael Elmari, Valentina Cucchiara, Anke Fabian, Maike Munk, and many, many others. Intro of film. Taken from the film The Life of Brian. Script: Valentina Cucchiara and Ahmed Sherif. Narration by Chad Clark. Edited by Valentina Cucchiara. Directed by Ahmed Sherif. Music by Ali El Farouk.